Good day. This presentation will expound on the planning options that I have made in the language and multimodal literacy development of Asia. The concept of intentional teaching, culturally responsive pedagogy, and formative assessment were utilized in planning my teaching sequence. It seeks to enhance what Asia already has, as well as help her to develop English language and emergent literacy in an inclusive early childhood settings. Asa is 5 years and 2 months old in multicultural pro-school. She speaks Arabic and his second language is English. The observation indicates that she has very well developed skill in storytelling, dramatic play, drawing, and role play creativity in Arabic language. Gesture, movement, and talking frequently used when she is conversing with the people. However, she she experienced difficulties with the long English statements, limited English vocabulary, is not able to communicate with English people classmates. I have assessed based planning rather than defect based. Being duolingual is deemed to be one of the strengths of ASA, which can be used to advance language even more. She has an excellent base of oral language in Arabic, which offers a solid base in learning English. Thus, my planning is not to substitute of her mother tongue, but deliberate appreciate of Arabic all over the learning process. A number of theories inform my analysis. The sociocultural theory of Wagesha emphasizes on the fact that language learning occurs within the social context and social conversation. This will help the teacher facilitate the participant during the shared narration and the sharp play. The other planning tool which inform my planning is the support system of language acquisition provided by Brunner, which brings to the fore the fact that adults offer meaningful context under which children learn language naturally as they interact. The functional theory of the language by Halliday gives an explanation as why children acquire language. Children acquire language in the real sense that they use in its real sense. This is more so in the case with the Asia. Since she can merely talk, she can play with the immigrant. I preferly play-based activity instead of independent vocabulary, where there's no meaningful conversation. The other theory which I have taken into consideration is the Cumin theory of the bilingual language development. I realized that being a powerful first language learner would not interfere with the language acquisition in the second language. On the basis of this analysis, I determined three priorities focus skills. They are English listening, comprehensive, they are English listening, comprehensive, expressive, English vocabulary, and bilingual narrative development. These are focus skills which directly address the identified needs in the case study and further depend the strength of Asia telling the story and being creative. The initial experience is story basket and shared storytelling. This experience is designed by enhanced English listening, comprehensive, and vocabulary by culture familiar stories. I selected bilingual storybooks, puppet, and real object because they have several opportunities that they provide Asia with to construct meaning. I actively moved the import English words, simply multi-steps, instruction, gesture. Use and use repeatedly visual cause to scaffolding understanding. As I do actively, it may also be EYLF outcomes. A file since communication is supported in the process result in outcome 1 as the culture identify of Asia identified. Monitoring of the process is done using ascertained observation, vocabulary checklist, and learning stories. The second educational experience is dramatic play story studio. It is an add-on. The initial experience is promote Asia, employ a new vocabulary in English concert with the role play. She listens instead of merely listening, but participant actively the communicated process as she bargaining's role created stories. I will expand the discussion through more sophisticated structure of sentence and give opportunity to communicate with peers by asking them open-ended questions. The activity adds the utilize of experience language. ASA is discouraged to give up on using Arabic and English language when necessary since she is bilingual person. The language should be not be compromised. Digital bilingual story creation is the third learning experience. The almost autonomy of the teaching process. Asa writes her own digital tale on her basis of the drawing and photos and tab explanation in Arabic and English. It is an activity which involves oral language, visual communication, and digital technologies to develop multimodal literacies. I progressively diminished doing so much of teaching and do more facilitate so that Asia can have an increased control of her own learning. The Arabic language is invited to listen to or narrate about the family member, and this enhances the contact that the home preschool has. In addition, this scheduled experience, I thought of how the focus skills of Asia could be reinforced in the broader learning context. In the order to provide to continuous language development, I offer bilingual books, Arabic, English, label, storytelling areas, dramatic play areas, puppet theaters, visuals, schedules, and print environment. These environmental changes will make the process of learning literacy easier since it will appear to be part of the daily program activities as I oppose to a special instruction time. Families are also cruel in a partnership. Bilingual books, family literacy bags, and homeschool communication also help improve home preschool continuously because of storytelling is already part of the family culture and Asia, and I utilize this as a reinforce it. Additional cultural reinforcement of Asia and the encouragement of addictive bilingual is though the invitation of the family members of narrate traditional sunbrush stories. Lastly, evaluation incorporation in the planning cycle. I suggested learning stories, running record, and anecdotal observation and work samples, photos, audio recording, and educator reflections as alternative to a single assessment. Such formative assessment plan will aid the teaching decisions to keep on being improved based on the progress made by Asia. The experience have evidence that informs the planning of the future and ensure that learning is sensitive to her needs, which are prone to change. Finally, this sequence of teaching leverage the strength of Asia as a bilingual narrator and facilitates her needs in English language and literacy with the help of planned, inclusive, and culturally responsive pedagogy. Listening, expressive, expressive language, and multimodal literacy are sequentially built up throughout the three learning experience that efficiently the Arabic and English language. Incorporating evidence-based theory in EVA FLV2, family partnership and continuous formative assessment will make the teaching responsive to the development of Asia. In general, the plan assists in the offering her equal learning opportunity, multilingual, empowering her multilingual identity, and developing her communicative confidence, as well as being able to engage successfully in the environment rich in language in early childhood. Thank you.